Hey up troops, A Littleton here again with another video, and you can probably tell we're going to be talking about Melusi. Melusi just got buffed. She now has 4 Banshees instead of 3. She now has a secondary shotgun instead of the pistol with the little sight on. I can never remember the name, but she did lose the ACOG. However, she is now a very, very, very solid operator. S tier in my opinion. Almost banning territory, but I feel like players haven't quite caught on to how good she is at the minute. Having 4 Banshees is insane. We'll get into why, we'll get into how Melusi works, some good site setups on how to play Melusi, and then some gameplay examples of those site setups working. There's enough waffling. Let's get stuck into it. So before we get into where it's best used, let's just have a quick look at what it does. The Banshee has a range of 4 meters. So as you can see here, 5 meters, 4 meters is when it starts taking effect. One quick thing that not everybody knows about a Banshee is the closer you get to a Banshee, the more it slows you down. When you're in the outer perimeter of the Banshee, you're slowed down by about 75%. When you're right next to the Banshee, you're actually slowed down a little bit more to about 50%. So the further away you are, it's only a very minor change, but it's worth knowing the further away you are, the less it slows you down. But it's only a little bit of a change. They're completely bulletproof until they get opened. Once they're opened, if you shoot the soft center on the inside, that'll destroy the Banshee. The noise doesn't get any louder despite how close you get to it. That low hum that you hear there is the same regardless, and it's the same for the enemies regardless. The only other thing to think about is how to destroy these things other than gunfire, and pretty much any explosive works. Grenades, Gun 6, Ash Charge, Zephyr Charge. When it's open like this, you can use a Twitch drone. The best way of dealing with these, if you're working with a couple of teammates, is using this as an example here. You don't really want to be walking in here and aiming here, because the Melusi is going to swing you from there. So what you want to do ideally is you want to... Didn't mean to press the scoreboard there, I take that back. You want to be holding the angle that you need to worry about, and you need to say to your teammate, who's going to be stood like here, as soon as you see the Banshee activate, shoot it for me, and you can push in and keep your crosshair where it needs to be. And whilst you're doing this, the teammate, can just shoot the Banshee for you. But yeah, 4 meter range slows you down when you're a little bit closer to it, and you can shoot it by shooting the soft center. Okay, so now we've swapped roles. We're now Melusi. Let's still use Kitchen on Cafe to talk about Banshee placement. Now, what we talked about before, I'm going to place a Banshee in 3 different locations, and I'm going to say which is the best location for the Banshee on this door, okay? So, Banshee number 1, Banshee number 2, and then Banshee number 3. And this isn't a perfect example, because if that bin wasn't there, I'd want to get the Banshee right over in that corner. So, based on that there, which Banshee do you think is the best placement? I talked about this on stream the other night. You got Banshee 1, Banshee 2, and Banshee 3. Now, for this door in particular, the worst position is Banshee 1. The second worst position is Banshee 2, and the best position is Banshee 3. And the reason for that is, when the enemy... Hello, Ash. When the enemy comes through the door, if you get to here, this Banshee starts going off, and you shoot the Banshee, and it stops going off, and then assuming the Melusi is going to be on this door here to swing from here. Once you get to here, the only place you need to correct your crosshair is from here to here, for when Melusi would swing this door. So you really don't have to move your crosshair that far, just this distance here. The next position would be here, as they come through the door, the Banshee goes off, and they shoot here, and then the correction for the crosshair is from here to here, which obviously is a lot more than it is here. There is just there, here is all the way across there. It's quite difficult to do. However, this would be the optimum position, because they come in through the door, the Banshee starts going, they look this way to shoot the Banshee, and now they've got the back to you, and they've got to go all the way around to here to correct their crosshair placement. So what the idea is if you were coming through this door and looking to the right, this would be a bad position for a Banshee, this would be a bad position for a Banshee, this would be the best position. So again, you put that here. As you come through the door, the Banshee goes off. I've got to turn my crosshair this way. You're going to be holding from down this corridor. You've got to turn it left to shoot the Banshee, and I've got me back to where the action's going on. If I put the Banshee here, I come through the door, the Banshee goes off, all I have to do is shoot there and then bring my crosshair back to here. Here I've got me back to it. I hope that makes sense. So let's just watch Ash walk in. And the idea behind what I'll do is I'll pick these two Banshees up that aren't in a great position, and we'll leave that one there. One more thing I need to talk about placement, by the way, is when you put the Banshee down, look at where the area of effect is. Let's just use this door as an example. You see the area of effect goes to just outside the door? It's a little bit too far away, so let's bring it back a touch. So the area of effect now goes to right on the door, right? So when you're not looking at the door and you're here, let's just jump over to Ash quickly. Hang on. Ash, where are you? There you are. Right, okay. So now we go. That's activated. We know that Ash is right on that door. Right on where the Banshee activates, because we know where it's going to start activating from. We've also got that one to the right-hand side of her as well that activated, but you know then. The other thing to think about is when it comes to pre-firing, let's just run to some stairs quickly. Shoot the radio. Shoot the radio. Place the Banshee on the stairs, so when the bottom of the stairs is where the Banshee's area of effect is. So it's going to be about there, maybe a little bit further up, I think. Yeah, that's about right. So you know, when you're here, as soon as that Banshee activates, you know that the attacker has to be on this line, like right at the bottom of these stairs. So when it comes to pre-firing, as soon as you hear the activation, you can just pre-fire straight away. You know where they're going to be. The only thing is with your reaction time is by the time the Banshee goes off, it might be another couple of steps up. But that all just comes with practice and knowing the reaction speeds of what you're capable of, really. And also how long it would take you to swing. So again, we've picked that one up now. We know that the one to the right-hand side is going to be the best position. Ash has now come in, and she's looking at that Banshee to shoot the Banshee. I mean, it's the freeze kill of your life. But anyway, that's a little bit about placing. Let me move Ash out of the range of that, because that's going to drive me mad. A little bit about placing Banshees down. In short, make sure that the enemy has to move their crosshair the furthest distance away from where you're going to be. So if you're going to swing from double door, I'm repeating myself here, but I want to make it clear. Like, this would be you see this all the time, but that is a crap Banshee. No offense to people who put Banshees there, that's rubbish. Because your attacker gets here, the Banshee opens and destroys it. And you have no idea where they are. They haven't even walked in yet. Like, here is a much better position. Ideally, you'd want it, because generally speaking, when you're holding the double door, you're going to be this side. Ideally, you'd want it this side. So, let's come on to another point about what we could do. Melusi now has a shotgun. So now we could place a little shotgun hole there. We could put the Banshee here. And that would then cover Ash as she walks in. In fact, let's bring Ash around. I'm sorry for the dead time whilst I talk about this, but let's just show it actually working. Come on, Ash. So Ash now walks in. Banshee activates because it's down to the right-hand side. Ash needs to then turn around this way to shoot the Banshee. All the while, we're going to be hiding here, or maybe even behind in freezer here, or even in freezer window. Either way, Ash has got her back to us. So make sure they have to turn around. Use drone holes. Use shotgun holes. Cheers, Ash. So we're on Chalet Basement. This is probably my favourite place to play Melusi. I'll show you the Melusi Banshee positions, and then I'll show you how to play it. So Melusi works really well in a position where you can sort of affect multiple different angles at once. So using this area called what we call blue in Basement on Chalet, I can hold the door here, I can hold the breach there, I can hold the blue stairs here, main stairs here, and breach here. There's no other way into side. The only other way is the hatch here, and you can hold that as well. Or the hatch and connector, but that doesn't drop into sight. You can't plant and connector. So this is like an incredible... This corridor here is an incredibly strong position. You can hold almost every way into sight from this one little corridor. And this is where Melusi comes into her own, because you can now put a Banshee on blue stairs, a Banshee at the bottom of main stairs, and just talking about the placement of this Banshee, you see people put Banshees like here, which is all well and good, but when the Banshee's going to be going off here, they destroy the Banshee and then they can turn around unaffected. So, like we talked about in the placement, you don't want to be putting it in somewhere they can just destroy it before you get to before you get to, what's the word I'm after? Before you get to act on the Banshee going off. So I put mine in this bookcase here, which I know is directly in front of them, but by the time they get down the stairs to here, that's when it goes off. So they're in, like, they're available to be shot from this point. You could put it down on the floor here, but then what happens is the range comes up to like here. So by the time they get here, they can just shoot it, and they're not exposed to any of the angles. With it being here, it doesn't go off until they get down to this like second step. So we've got one blue, one main stairs. And then I put one on the wine door. And this talks exactly about what we talked about with the crosshairs. But when somebody comes in here, they're going to want to shoot this down there, in which case you're going to be swinging from here. So it's the opposite way. Also, make it difficult for them by changing the height. Don't just put it at head height. You know, if they come in and they shoot it here, the crosshair's then at the right height to move around. Make them have to move the crosshair low. Don't put it at the same height. And that's 3 Banshees, and this is what I used to use with Melusi before she had 4 Banshees. So we've got 1 on wine door, 1 at the bottom of main stairs, and 1 on blue stairs. Then you've got a choice of a 4th one. I sometimes put mine on the wine breach here. Gets rid of the barrel as well. And you'll know if somebody comes through this breach to plant in this area. Or you can put it on the main breach somewhere to see if somebody walks through the main breach. And again, don't put it so it would go off outside the breach. You want to put it so it goes off right on the edge of the breach. That's literally perfect. Just in front of that snowmobile. So as soon as that goes off, you know someone's in this breach area here. You've then got a bulletproof cam. And it's up to you 8. Excuse me, sorry, just had a bit of wind there. Jesus, that came out of nowhere. I'm really sorry about that. Professionally. Bulletproof cam can go here to look at the main breach, or you can even put it at the... Oh, I've gone through the... I've just tried to go through a rotate that isn't there. Or you can put it at the back of wine in these cabinets here as well. All depends on what you want to cover and what other people are doing. This is really good because the attackers don't find it really tough to shoot it. You can't shoot it from there. Obviously, depending what other operators you're using. If you've got a Maestro cam on where I've just put that bulletproof or whatever it might be, and then obviously you don't need to worry about that. But the key to the Melusi Banshees here is because that Banshee's there, you now don't need to hold this door. You don't need to actively hold this and risk getting pre-fired. It's a pretty common thing to do on this door, to throw a frag grenade at the end of there so nobody peeks you from there. I've just tried to throw a frag grenade, but I am a Melusi. So you throw a frag grenade up there and then swing and pre-fire that door. That's a pretty common thing to do. So you'd be safe from that if you were here. You only need to then shoot once you hear that the Banshee's activated. And you know where they're going to be. You know they're going to be on the door as soon as it gets activated. Or if you leave it a second or two, they're going to be a little bit further on, probably over here. Or they're going to have the back to you trying to shoot that Banshee that's on the floor. Just there. So as soon as you hear it activate, you know they're on the door. Or if you give it a second or two, you know they'll be a little bit further across. Same again on blue stairs. It's quite an unfavourable angle on blue for the defenders. It's quite an easy angle for the attackers to get a kill on. So you don't need to swing this until you hear that Banshee. Now the only thing with this blue Banshee is you don't know that they're there until they're on the platform. So if you're holding like the breach from this door here, like this, you wouldn't know, the Banshee wouldn't give you an early sign that someone's on those stairs. So you've got to be careful with that. But you also, like I said before, don't want to just put the Banshee here and they destroy it and then don't have anything affecting them on the way down. So yeah, wait for the noise of the Banshee before you swing. You've heard the Banshee activate, you know they're going to be on the platform. And you can pre-fire where you know they're going to be. That's Chalet. We're upstairs on Oregon, and I suppose you know what we're going to be doing. Shoot the radio. Right, this is another classic site for Melusi. Even better now she's got 4 Banshees. So, first one goes in the corner here. Again, attackers walk through here. They're going to have to turn there to shoot the Banshee. Next one goes in attic. I always put this one behind the wood here. And this is a great way of knowing exactly where the attackers are, because it's only going to go off as soon as they get here. Which means you can just swing knowing where they're going to be. So I've got a sneeze brewing right on the end of my nose, and I keep trying to stop to think I'm going to sneeze, and it hasn't happened yet, so I'm just going to just wait for a sec. Next one goes here, for white stairs, and the last one for big window. And I always put it under the window, just because it means when they jump through, they've got to look down and to the left. When they first jump in, everyone looks here for the Banshee, but if it's down there, they don't see it. The only thing to be wary of is if they rappel upside down, it'll activate, and they might be able to shoot it from upside down rappel. Now, if you're playing the white stairs actively, if no one's playing white stairs, this is fine to know that somebody's coming white stairs door. But if a strong position to play is actually on white stairs, because you can hold a lot of places from here, big window, trophy door, you can hold the breach when the rotate's made here. It's a really solid place to play. So you could put the Banshee here on white stairs, like we talked about on the stairs, knowing that it's right at the bottom. As soon as you hear it activate, you know they're at the bottom of the stairs. So if you're not playing white stairs though, and there's no one at the top here ready to swing off this, there's no point in putting that there, because somebody will just come up white stairs, It'll activate, they'll shoot it, and they'll continue on the way up, and it doesn't give you any info about when they're through this door. But here is a solid place to play. The only thing you got to worry about is you can be shot out from below. And one thing I always remember is these doors are pretty much in line. So if you want to clear someone out from the top of White Stairs door, use this door. It's slightly, you can see there actually. Look at the door frame there, and then the door frame there. So they're just slightly out of line. If you want to clear anyone from top White door, you can just come up underneath here and cause a ruckus here. It's normally like a smoke or a mute that plays there with a shotgun. It's really tough when you're trying to make your way up Wide Stairs and smoke or mute just swings with a shotgun there. Then you've got your bulletproof, and there's a couple of places you can put it. Here, the only thing is then it's likely to get shot from the breach. Or you can even put it behind this door. When people come through, they don't usually know it's there. So they shoot the Banshee and then crack on. They don't really look there for a bulletproof. You can't really shoot it from here. And the other place is, I'm sure you used to be able to... Oh no, okay, maybe this isn't... Thinking of something else. I'm sure I used to put a bulletproof in these drawers at some point. I must be wrong. Yeah, I must be. The other thing you could do is even put it... bulletproofs, by the way, can go on the floor, and people don't ever look for them on the floor. Like, if you just put this bulletproof on the floor here, no one ever notices that they're on the floor. I know that that looks ridiculous now, right? And you can just shoot it like that. I know that looks ridiculous, but trust me, no one ever notices that bulletproofs are on the floor. Trust me. Even if you put it on something like this, people won't notice it's there. Anyway, that's Oregon. You pretty much get the idea, right? When it comes to Chalet in Oregon, what we've just shown there is you can pretty much cover every way into the site. We've got the trophy door, we've got the White Stairs, we've got big window, and we've got attic. Other than rappelling in through the windows, there's no other real way into the site. She's really solid at the minute, especially with that secondary shotgun for doing the site setup as well. But I don't need to go around every site and show you that you can put a Melusi Banshee on each doorway. Let's actually get into some games and play off the Banshees and show you what I mean. In an unreal turn of events, when we're trying to do a quick gameplay example, it's actually put us on Chalet basement. So let's do that exact setup. Although we don't have much time with it being quick play, we got 15 seconds less. We're going to play in the blue corridor. We're going to use my 4th Banshee on the breach like we talked about. If this round goes well, it will be great for the video. Right on the breach. Stick the bullet hole here. We've got to rotate there. I think I just called this a bullet hole, not a bulletproof. Right, let's have a quick look at the cams where they're coming from. External. Was he just shot open breach? Did he just last charge the breach? No, I thought it was my... Oh, we haven't reinforced that. I thought it sounded like he ash charged the trophy door. So we've got scraps top of blue stairs. They've smoked the breach. I imagine there's a Maverick and a Glaz on there. I think when that smoke dissipates, you might well see a Glaz. Yeah. Shall we... they've got Brawler. Shall we peek the Glaz? Should we ego peek the Glaz? What do you reckon? Pre-fire those holes. Okay, let's not do that in the smoke. And get rid of that other drone, probably. Okay, that's both Bravo drones gone, which is good news. Alright, what's going on here then? They're still outside. He's peeking the... Oh, I'm really tempted to peek that. I'm doing it. Okay, he's just opened the fireplace window, I think, Glaz did. It's going to appear here, so we should just wait for the Banshee to go off down there. No one's outside there anymore. The Banshee's still there, so we don't need to worry about this until we hear the Banshee and the Aruni gate. Look at what's around you to think about what you need to react from. We've got the one on blue stairs to react there as well. We've got the bulletproof. It's a 4v2, so we're in a good place. Cade's absolutely walking around, chefing people up here. Okay, so one must be either main stairs or breach. Still outside the breach, that lad is. He's got the kill, which is upsetting. I'm just going to pay patience. I know it's quick play, but I like playing patient siege. He's probably going to jump in the window above fireplace. Yeah, he's on main stairs now. There's a thorn trap there as well. One sounds like he's above me, probably coming blue stairs. So I need to kill this guy blue stairs first. That's exactly what we wanted to do there. The last one is on main stairs. just walked down. He's behind there now.
15 seconds.
Use the Banshees to your advantage. Exactly what I talked about there on blue stairs. I just checked he wasn't still on main stairs now. Yeah, on blue stairs, we saw that zero. Sorry, heard that zero. Knew he was going to be on the platform. He didn't even shoot back, or at least I don't think he shot back. But it's so difficult for them to do that when you know where they're going to be. So we're on Barbecue Kitchen on Skyscraper. Not a site I know particularly well, although I know there's only really sort of 1, 2, 3 doors into the site, plus the window. So I think that's what we'll probably cover. Or we could, in fact, you know what? No, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go and hold upstairs in Geisha and prove that Melusi also, or I should have changed to Impact, also works okay vertically. So I will just put a quick Banshee here to cover the door. And then I'm going to go play upstairs. Ideally, I would have had impact grenades instead of the bulletproof here. And then I would have been able to...
10 seconds to insert.
I'd have been able to make vert easier if they start to plant.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
I've run out of time for the bulletproof, I'm afraid. I mean, that is horrendous for Ash, no offense. I'm actually gonna go and barricade T-door quickly. Give myself a sound from this side.
Remaining.
This blitz is just going to run at me, I think.
One op 4 remaining.
Play back upstairs, I think. Can't hear him planting. That's why you go upstairs and plant. Sorry, why you go upstairs to cover the plant. So now on a more conventional site, again on Skyscraper, we've got Karaoke T, which is probably the most common site played in rank. So I'll probably play around Geisha, and I'll use the Melusis around Geisha, T-door, top black stairs, probably top restaurant stairs. Maybe open the hatch as well. This will come in handy. Put one here. Put one top black stairs. It's not great, doesn't cover the stairs. Let's make a hole for the bathroom jump in. We'll then make this a standing rotate. That's already reinforced, which is good news. Heels here. Banshee on this wall. And do we go Banshee on the window as well? I think that might be a bit overkill in Geisha, but that'll do for now. Make a hole as well for the window below, just in case we get anyone getting fruity below. I always think those two windows are lined up, but they're actually not, are they? Not even close to being lined up. So putting holes here does two things. One, it means you can hold the window from above, but it means you could also, if you needed to, drop the hatch, and then you can hold Geisha window from below then as well if you're getting pressured too much. There is someone coming to Geisha. Is he? Oh, that's not ideal. Probably destroyed the Banshee there, hasn't it? Oh, he's in. That means there's a fuse out there, surely.
1 Op 4 remaining.
Again, it's not been a great example of how good Melusi's Banshees can be to play off. Although you did hear the... You heard the Banshee go when they jumped into Geisha here, so it did work for that. Well, this is a great spot, by the way, here. You can hold the karaoke window, you can hold the Geisha window, you can hold the Geisha breach, you can hold the restaurant stairs. These holes here enable you to hold drum. You can then come around this way to hold into T or hold down the corridor. So many strong places to hold. So we're at Naived Labs, and we're down in a kitchen, which is not a conventional site you would normally play, but it's, you know, the principle still remains the same. So one over to cover this door. Maybe I'll put one to cover the kitchen window as well. Possibly one for the freezer drop. That's fully reinforced, so... yeah, let's do that, actually. Although, can that be shot from the window? It could, but no one's going to.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
Stick a bulletproof in the worst place possible. No one watches cams and casual. We'll stick one on this door here. Really do with reinforcing this as well, actually. I was going to make a rotate there, so he's done me a big favour. Make a line of sight here as well, and you can jump up here and hold this door from there. Kitchen window, I think it was. This is one tap city here, I can smell it. Is that a glass, actually? I think it's a glass. I probably won't peek that. That's a Ying shotgun. I did put a Banshee for bathroom, for kitchen window, didn't I? Reckon I jump out? I'm sure I just heard him go on his drone. Yeah, I think I did just hear him go on his drone.
Your location has been compromised. Op 4, last stop standing.
Ingen lobby. Oh no, no, no. Didn't really hear the Banshee go off then, did we? Not ideal. Again, I've got a bit excited there, and I was just a bit bored waiting for the kill. But if I'd have just waited for it to come through that door, the Banshee would have gone off, and it. So I'll tell you what, we'll keep that in the video, and I'll show you exactly what not to do. Don't get bored and chase the kill, because then you end up with that happening. I could have just waited for it to walk through that door and the Banshee go then. So yeah, poor from me. There we have it, Melusi. Honestly, right up there with S tier for me at the minute. Solid, solid operator. I don't think any defending composition would be worse off if they didn't take Melusi. Yeah, the 4 Banshees, the secondary shotgun, the MP5, the bulletproof camo impacts, just a great, great kit. Yes, she's a 1-speed, and yes, she lost ACOG, but they are 2 small prices to pay for having some of the best utility in the game, with 4 of them as well. It's insane. So there we have it. Again, I've said there we have it once already, but there we have it again. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate everybody who gets involved with the channel. Again, I'm always so surprised that, you know, an old bald fellow playing Siege, people choose to spend the time to watch, so thank you very much. I can never really get it across at the end of these videos by saying thank you enough. I really do appreciate it more than I can express at the end of these videos. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, and all the good stuff that helps. If you want to support further, there's links below to Patreon and PayPal links and all the other stuff if you want to get involved. I'm trying to buy some new doors for the living room, so if you want to contribute to them, get involved. But on a serious note, thanks very much for just even watching to begin with, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.